Very elegant, 10 group ones, and now the greatest of them all, the Melbourne Cup. Goes to Cleary, Nathan Cleary! Wow! Cleary's made a big field. Love it, Willie. Yes, he will. Will he do it? Wins the Trackside New Zealand Derby.
No, my hook and my welcome back to the Good Punts, episode 42. This week in the studio, we got the man back, Lad Talking Footy. Sam, how are you, mate?
Yeah, I'm good, man. Must have been so nice we had to do it twice. It's good to be back.
Exactly. Everyone heard about that little moon stat that you were hinting at, and everyone wanted more of it.
It was actually pretty cool to be there as well. Sort of, I threw a story up, just tried to get the moon in it before the game, but yeah, Melbourne was going off, man. Afterwards, there was a lot of Warriors fans over here.
That's wicked. It was a good game too. Like, how long in the making was that? Was it 11 years or something?
Yeah, something ridiculous like that. The whole atmosphere as well was epic. Like, there was so many Warriors fans there. I'd lost my voice pretty much straight away. Just all the yelling and the cheering and that. Yeah. And then, I don't think I got home till 4 a.m. So it was a good night.
Yeah, I went to the Wires game on the weekend against the Titans, and that was definitely a good affair. Massive crowds, man. The Warriors constantly, they sell out every game almost this season. So
yeah, man, it's building.
The up the wire momentum train is going off.
Yeah.
It was my mate's first Wires game, and apparently he's on the Wires bandwagon now. I need to show him who the Roosters are because there's better teams than the Warriors out there. But hey, one of the boys that came to the Melbourne game with us as well, he's been on the fence about picking a team, and I bought him one of my Warriors jerseys to wear. He said if the Warriors win, I'm jumping on, and obviously they won, so he's now a Wires fan. Mean. Awesome. Sweet. Before we get into it, I'll quickly shout out the one sponsor we have now, Fitzone, which is I was about to do the other one's plug. In the great towns of Matamata, Te Aroha, Paeroa, Waihi, Fitzone has the $14 for 14-day deal going on, so that's cheaper than a couple of litres of diesel right now. So if you want to get your rig into gear for 14 days, go and hit up Lenny. Instagram Fitzone, if you're in those towns, pop in. If you're not in there already, and just get amongst, because they do some great work, and also they look after the rig and the potty. So shout out to the bro. Sweet. Good punts. We had a couple of people send in a couple of good punts. Did you have any good punts over the weekend? Did you had anything?
Yeah,
nice?
I had a little bit. Just a few same game multis. I like to do like the 2 try scorer ones. But then on Sunday, I ended up hitting a Carraz first try scorer, which was quite nice. So a little bit of spending money to go into a few of the different codes this week, which I'm looking forward to.
Sure. I managed to peg back AKP first try scorer, which I was happy with. I had AKP and Liquor in my multi, and AKP scored quick. And then I was like, all on Liquor. Liquor made that one break, and he was like, Liquor scores that every other week. This week he did score. I was like, what?
I had Liquor in mine as well. It was the last leg to get through, and it looked like he was about to score bloody 4 tries. He was so close to going over, and then, just didn't come.
There was one where I think it was over Verrills or something. It wasn't like a second rower that stopped him. It was a little fucking scrawny half. I was like, what? That doesn't happen. Dallas Matlock, he had a couple of nice hits on the weekend. Is that one on the weekend? I think it is. He had a $5 multi on AKP first try, Chanel anytime, and Jojo Fafita anytime, which was at $130 odds. A nice little collect there. He sent me the. I didn't realize that the tab you can go into the actual tab these days and do a same game multi. In the past, you couldn't. It was all online.
Yeah, just singles. Yeah.
So it's come a long way. You can actually play your same game multis in there now. And then he sent through another one. So 22nd, he's just hit it today at $6.30. $8 on a same race multi at Geelong. $75 odds. He won $600. Just a little jammy hit there.
Damn. Man loves his punting. On the horses through the week. There we go.
On everything. There was another one I saw on Betcha during the week, which was a guy by the name of Hoodstig. He's hit a big one before, but I tell you, he went off on the weekend. He had 2 multis. One was $460 odds that had, say, where is it? 133 people copy it. So it was Woolwolbrook into Whālogo into Sasagi. So that was the first game. Into Jenkins to get 2 tries, Everillo, Edwards, and Farnworth. That leg alone was paying $48. So that's crazy when you think about the names too. Jenkins, Everillo, Edwards, and Farnworth. They're all, they're not like, it's not like Moses Leoto or something like that. So $48 odds. So he hit that, and he also hit Dylan Edwards' first try into Cobo, Everillo, and Hammer at $150 odds. So the man had a bit of a field day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those are the ones that keep you coming back, eh?
Oh, 100%. His because with Betcha now, and it's all about the copies. As soon as he hit that, I think the next day he put up some wild bet, and it had like 500 copies in like minutes. The man was popular for a good day. He was trending. Needs to hit another one. That's all about the consistency. But you get all the follows when you hit a big one to start. Questions. There was a couple of questions too. Start off with Hannes Punter. So he said he's got 2 questions for us. The first one is, do you reckon there'll be any changes at the Dragons, and what are your thoughts, not as in like in the way they play, and what are your thoughts on the changes they've made? What do you reckon?
I like that Reed's come in for Flanagan. I'm interested to see how he goes this weekend. I still think if throwing in a young half behind a pack that's struggling, it'll be interesting to see how he copes with it. I thought he would come in. I just wasn't sure if it would be this weekend, especially the type of game that it is as well. But I wanted to see him throughout the year, so I'm glad they have pulled the trigger on that. As for changes with the Dragons, I think you're looking at a little bit of a different situation to what you get with Manly and what happened with Foz there. For me, Manly, they've got the type of players that can sort of get behind and salvage somewhat of a season, which we're seeing from them. Whereas with the Dragons, I think it's a little bit more than just the coach. So
definitely, yeah. I think the playing group has a lot of us saying that you got people like Holmes, Sewer, your leaders who aren't leading by example. I mean, Sewer let his discipline get the best of him last weekend, and Holmes missed how many tackles on the trail. So I think there's a lot more issues than just the coach going on. But it is great to see Kane in there. Big pressure on his shoulders. You've just sacked the coach. Everyone's saying changes need to happen. All of a sudden, it feels like the world's on his shoulders, I guess, because he's the new kid up. So interesting how he goes. Great player though. He stood out in the trials. He was a star in the trials. So a lot of potential, but I hope this doesn't stint his growth really. I hope they don't expect the world from him, because he's right now the one that's been thrown as the savior. So
100%. And like again, if you compare it to Manly, you've got Joey Walsh that's there, who's going to be the incumbent. And I sort of thought that maybe they would put him in there and take Brooks out, but they've stuck with it, and they'll just let that young guy come through. And when he's ready to go, he will hit the ground running. Obviously, kind of different, I guess, the background between them, but it'll be interesting to see how he goes. There'll be a lot of eyes on him.
For sure. His other question, I don't know if you have this issue, but I definitely do. Why does Thursdays and the last game on a Sunday seem so crap for betting? Is Thursday too soon after a weekend? And if so, last game on a Sunday should be good, but mostly has been average. I don't know about you, but do you think Thursday's a bit cursed in terms of, there's a winner and there's a loser. It's just, it doesn't seem to be as easy to pick those Thursday games.
I feel like it's been like that for a little while. Like you would quite often with your tipping and that, or like I like to put on just a same game multi of picking all my head-to-head winners, and it'll be the favourite will always go down on that first one. So I see exactly where he's coming from. I think maybe because it's that late Thursday night game, it's Thursday night lights a little bit different to a Saturday day game, a Sunday day game, even a Friday afternoon. So I do understand what he means there. And then Sundays, you just seem to get the stinkers where we might be getting a blowout, but we're not seeing any of the try scorers that we want to see.
For sure.
Does he hit it?
Yeah, I think the game's changing too, right? We're not seeing every game the wingers aren't scoring every try. I mean, you've seen it in rugby now. So how many games is the winger not scoring? there's just so much to league now. It's so competitive also too. It's probably the best thing about the comp. You got the Eels last week. No one thought they'd win, and they go and knock off the Dogs like that. So it's so open. But yeah, Thursday they just seem to be cursed a bit. So if you want to play a Thursday, play a bit of value.
Yeah, I know it's a weird old comp. I put a stat up through the week. The Eels are currently above the two teams that have put 50 points on them. So if that does anything, but yeah. Storm and the Titans, they're both below them. They both scored 50 against them, and then they're above them. Anyone can win.
For sure. I saw another stat on points. I don't know if you did it. It was Cleary and Jenkins have scored more points combined than like half the comp. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, that's crazy. I think Rando put it up. I was contemplating putting in adding in Cleary's try assists into it as well, just to see how much was just coming from the two of them. But yeah, man, those two they're killing it.
Oh, for sure. One from Lenny. Is there a replacement coach stat for winning? How often does it happen? I think he was talking about in terms of the Dragons, like the first game for a replacement coach. How often is it?
Yeah, I think he messaged me this after the 4-1. It's something I want to look into probably tomorrow night to come up with. I just need to get a list together of everything. But it does seem like it happens more often than not. Yeah, I don't know. We'll preview this game a little bit later on, but I don't think they'll get that done.
On that, is Foz going for a record? Is a new coach? Four straight wins.
Yeah, 4 straight wins. Pretty very, very impressive.
Yeah, for sure. Another one from Lenny, Rugby Gate. He's not a rugby fan, so we're previewing rugby on the show this week, so doesn't like that. One from me. So you've been doing the whole, throwback players for rugby.
Yes.
If we had to name a throwback backline, so this isn't star players, what would our throwback backline be? Do you reckon if we had to 9 to 15? There's some names, I tell you, and the names you've been throwing out there have been so good. They all seem to be Chiefs players too, which is great. But
yeah, I know they're hitting the ground running. I've got one lined up that's a little bit different. Halfbacks, Brian Kelleher kind of comes to mind. I've seen him a little bit in a few of the All Blacks videos and that. Just the mana that he used to have in those huckers. I used to love him as halfback. Sure. That's who I'd probably go at 9.
Yeah, I'd probably go. I used to always see him. He owns the Foursquare at Hamilton. Old Brendan Leonard, remember him? Yeah. He owns the Foursquare at Hamilton. So you still see him now, but he was a legend back in the day. I used to love watching him play.
Yeah, I love it. 10s, I'd probably go one of my favorites, Nick Evans. I feel like he never got the light shined on him that he kind of deserved in that black jersey.
Yeah,
he was sort of, I guess, there was the Dan Carter sort of era coming through, and he had Merdens ahead of him. So for me, Nick Evans, he was a classic pure 10.
Definitely. There's another one from, was it the Landers or something? There was another. It might have been a 1-cap All Black. I remember that. It was like the same era. I can't remember his name, but that was another guy that was, I forget his name. It eludes me, but there is another. Wings, Masaga. That was a great one. Throwback.
Yeah, I love him, man. That's when I was a kid, and like you see, it happens quite a lot through. Well, at the moment, I've seen like a few people just in the comment section for. I know Cody Vai's been doing a lot of the try celebrations and that. Guys sort of shitting on it a little bit, but it just brings a little bit of entertainment, man, and how sick to see the crowd getting in behind it. He was. You just wanted him to score so you could see how he could break it down. Yeah,
for sure.
I'd probably pair him up with Jose Gear, to be honest. That's someone that I've got on my list to do soon. That guy was an absolute beast.
For sure. Yeah, I love Jose Gear. It was always a battle between him and his brother, who was the better player, right?
Yeah, I know.
The other one for me, I think he was a Chief also, Sasini Anesi. That was another back I used to love fucking watching. That was probably the same era as Masaga, right? Real similar.
Those Chiefs wingers, man, they've got so many. You can just rattle off names.
For sure. And they're all like household names that were household names back in the day. What about in the midfield?
Midfield, I'll go all Blues, bro. So I'll go. I'll go centre. Obviously, Rene Ranger. It's not much of a throwback, but
Yep.
That dude's highlight mix is
Oh.
absolutely unreal.
Yep.
I actually got to play a preseason game against him when he was playing for Wellsford
Shit.
as well. So that was
You
pretty
got all
cool.
your
It was
ribs?
pretty
You
hardy.
got all your ribs still?
Yeah, I stayed away from him, but he caught one of the boards, which was pretty funny. The other one I'd go would be Sam Tuitupo.
Oof.
That dude used to lay dudes out. So if
Yep.
I was on the other side and I saw Tuitupo and Rene Ranger in the midfield, I'd be kicking all day.
Yeah. My one would be a blue too. I used to love Tuitavaki. That was a name I used to love back in the day. Seeing him play. I think he played for the All Blacks maybe 1 or 2 games. He didn't
Couple of
get the shot.
caps.
Yeah, he didn't get the shot that he deserved. But yeah, back then the Blues used to have some great players too.
Yeah, hard out.
And fullback. Where'd you go?
Yeah, man, that's a tough one. Quite a few guys sort of come to mind. I don't want to be kind of like cliche and just saying like Christian Cullen and all those kind of boys. David Howell was always good for the Chiefs. He was a
Yep.
gun. Just trying to think of some
Was Roger Randall a
exciting
fullback?
dudes. Yeah.
He was gun. I used to love watching him play. I think he was a
Yeah.
Steamers boy too, which made it even better.
Yeah. Corey James was always fun to watch as well. When
Mm.
he first came into the scene, off the 7th circuit, when he had the dreadlocks still, he was
Oh, shit,
carving
yeah.
up at the back there before
Yeah.
shifting to the wing.
I tell you, his rugby career is a lot better than his betting career.
Oh, really?
He's sponsored by Betcher, and yeah, you don't follow Corey James' bets.
I love that. Guys that know the game, but they don't know how to punt. It's two different things.
100%. I don't know if he doesn't win them too often. Well, scrolling back, he won something in February. That was his last hit. So there you go.
That's why he's a big sponsor.
Exactly. He makes them money.
Yeah.
Sweet. Speaking of Betcher, this weekend I'm running the Super Rugby pot. So for Super Round, they've asked me to get amongst and put my fucking NRL knowledge on the line and rugby, which I'm like, oh shit. But yeah, they got me on the Super Round pot. So if you want to get amongst that, TKP punts is the code. If you're on Betcher and you're not in the group already and you're listening to this, I don't know what you're doing here. But hey, get amongst and get your mums amongst too. We need more people in there. We need to grow it
Yeah.
up because this is a good opportunity getting that Super Rugby pot. Don't think I've had one.
I love it, man. All eyes will be on that competition this weekend, so I feel like it's going to be a bit of a try fest down there.
For sure. Sweet. Let's jump straight into it, eh? Crusaders Waratahs.
Yes.
First game in the new stadium. Not the first event in the new stadium because they had the Wires showing on the big screen there, which had a few thousand people. But first game, no horses. that's the one big move. But I can't see the Crusaders losing, right? They can't. This is the Crusaders. They can't lose their first game in their new venue, even though they don't have Will Jordan. That's a huge out. There's a few names that aren't in there, but I do think the Crusaders will hit. And if I'm playing at any time, I don't mind old Cody Taylor. I think he scored 4 tries his last game, didn't he? So
yeah, he balled out for them in that one. He'll be hungry for the line. I agree with you. I don't think they're going to lose that first one in the stadium. They're kicking off Super Round as well. It's always a historic match against the Waratahs. So many finals appearances against them as well.
Sure.
If you haven't already seen as well, go check out the Crusaders team sheet because we've got Lester Nuku is going to be running out at open side flanker for them. That is one to watch this weekend. I can see your face screwed up. He's played flanker a couple of times. No, he's played flanker a couple of times for Toulon over in the European League before coming across. So they're kicking it off with a bang, man. The Waratahs have actually won 3 of their last 5 games against them as well, but they haven't beaten the Crusaders in Christchurch since 2004. So I like them here as well. For me, Sever Reece is my lock in this one at $1.65. He scored 5 tries in his last 4 games against the Waratahs.
There we go. That is crazy.
Yeah.
It also almost makes me want to take him out of my fantasy team because you might get more tackles in flank, but I did not expect that.
Yeah, pretty wild. I've seen a lot of them posts and stuff going up at the moment with people comparing what's the best flanker for the Crusaders at the moment, McCaw or Nuku. So.
Waratah's side, is there any names to watch out for? I know that Max Jorgensen, the Roosters had their eyes on him for a little while. I
Yeah,
think it's gone a
he
bit
moves
cold
back to
now.
fullback. He moves back to fullback in this one. They got a young ginger there. I think his last name's Young Henry. He is on the come up for them.
Oh, yeah.
It's a shame that Suoli'i won't be back in this one. He was one to watch for a return in Super Round as well,
Mm-hmm.
which would have been cool to see him down there. But yeah, the backs for the Waratahs, there's some guns out there.
Wheat. Hurricanes Brumbies. I don't know if you watched the game last week, but I'll tell you what, I was in the supermarket I think I was wearing this shirt, and some guy stopped me saying, "Mate, what a game!" I didn't watch the game because I was at the wires, but I did see the highlights, and what a game it was. Wallace Satiti nailing it late there, but that could have gone anyway. I think the Chiefs were actually pretty lucky to tip the Hurricanes in home. So yeah, Hurricanes are in some form, man. Who do you think wins this, and who's
Yeah,
scoring?
they had a real test match feel to it, which was really cool. It was a super
Ugh.
competitive game. It wasn't high scoring until it broke out at the end, but it just showed the Chiefs can get into an arm wrestle with anyone, and they have the skill to get it done, which was quite cool to see.
Yep.
The last time the Brumbies beat all 5 New Zealand super franchises in the same season was 2004. They've got a chance to do that this weekend. The Hurricanes are the last one to tick off the box for them.
Shit.
Now, the last time that they won the competition was 2004 as well. So it's a good thing for the competition, a good thing for Brumbies fans, I think, to see
Mm-hmm.
that, especially if they were to tip the Hurricanes off.
Yep.
The Brumbies have actually won 6 of their last 8 games against them. But
Shit.
I think the Hurricanes will get them just. And I think that plus 13.5 line is kind of disrespectful, and that's what I'd be playing at in this one.
Yep.
As for a try scorer, though, I've got Roy Gard. He scored 5 tries in his last 5 games and is always lurking that support line if he's not breaking it himself.
Yeah, I've got Rogard noted down there. He's from Unifidal, which is literally like 10 minutes down the road. So shout out to the bro
Nice.
Rogard. And I'm gonna have a go to his last name, Finney Ganofo, the
Yeah.
Steamers winger. He's been on a try-scoring freaking run. I don't know if he scored last week, but he's
No,
been
he
pretty
didn't.
consistent all season, right?
He scored 10 tries this season. He's scored a hat trick in 2 games. No player has scored 3 hat tricks in a season, so that's one to watch there, which would be
Shit,
interesting.
there we go. Yeah, I think he's a good shout as well. From the Brumbies side, I see they're missing. Is it Charlie Cale?
Yeah, they've got quite a few boys out in this one. They've shaken up
Yeah.
their back line as well.
Yeah, because he was definitely a consistent player betting wise. So hard not seeing him there. I'm looking for a good Brumbies player to play, and he's not there. So throws that out.
Yeah,
But Tom Wright, Corey Toole, they're pretty consistent.
Corey
Right?
Toole's always a good one, man. He's
Yep.
he's electric with the ball in hand. Give him a little
Yep.
bit of space, and he can cut you to bits.
Yep.
One of my mates as well off the bench for them, Ollie Sapsford. He's not too bad for a try every now and then. He scored last week as well.
There you go. Shout out to you, bro. Blues Reds. I'll let you take this one away. This is the typical. I'm sure all the gangsters be tuning into this one. The old Black Power
Yeah, I
versus
know.
Mongrel Mob
Battle of the Colours, man.
The Blues taking it out.
Yeah, they've won 4 of their last 5 games head to head against them. The Reds haven't beaten them outside of Australia since 2012 as well. But I think this is where the upset might come this weekend. I'm going to tip the Reds in this one. I think the Aussie teams will come with a bit of flair. I don't like the Brumbies getting it done. I don't like the Waratahs getting it done. But I do think the Reds can get it done. There's a few outs for the Blues in the back line for them as well. So there's a little bit of inexperience there.
Yeah.
The Reds are running out with a super sick Anzac jersey as well. So I think they're going to be up for this one. As for a try scorer, though, I've got AJ Lamb locked in here at 235. He's got 5 tries already this season. Like I said, no Caleb Clark, no Cody Bye for them. They're both out on this one. There's got to be a little bit of X factor that comes, and I think it's super midfield for them.
Nice. Look at this. The man's wearing a Blues shirt and he's still tipping the Reds.
I know.
Yeah, I'll keep it. I'll stay loyal. I'll tip New Zealand. I think the Blues will get up. A player I don't mind backing is Anton Segner. I think he always plays pretty well. He goes pretty handy, so he'll be at nice little odds there.
That's a black jersey bolter. I think
for sure,
Segner, he's been very, very good.
Just checking what he's at. They've only just dropped the odds right now for a rugby player anytimes.
Yeah.
Segner. $3.10. Scored a double last week, so could be a little
Ooh.
high. But yeah, there is a few names out, right? No Caleb Clark and players like that, so yeah, will be interesting. Sweet. Landers Moana. Tell you what, I got a player who I think is also a future All Blacks bolter in this team. Lennox, the halfback. Shit,
Yes.
that kid
Outstanding
is
last week.
explosive, man. I think I watched the highlights of all the rugby games, and I was like, holy shit, who's this guy? Looks like a Roy Gard Jr. Just explosive with his footwork. I think he's definitely one I'll be playing against Moana, which could be a high-scoring game, hopefully. No, the winger's out, right? Tangitau, which is a bit of a loss, but yeah, hopefully the Landers get up. What do you reckon?
Yeah, I agree. They're in well stocks, the Highlanders, with halfbacks, aren't they? They're good. Looks like they're going to
For
have
sure.
another Aaron Smith Fakatava
Yep.
combination next year. That Lennox, he showed a lot of speed. He's a big body as well. Moana, they obviously haven't won since round one.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're an NRL fan, listen to this. Just like the Dragons, without a win, it's got to come at some point. And I think a 1-from-7 record against the Highlanders, I'd like to hope that there's going to be a big presence from Moana down there. I tipped them for the upset last week against the Waratahs. I thought that might have been it.
Yep.
Galvanise together, get up over them. But I think it's going to be, the streets are going to be out in Moana gears. They're going to be getting up for it. So I'm going to back an upset here in this one. I'm going to take Moana to win that. As for a try scorer, I do like Tavatava Nawai in this one at 220. He hasn't scored this season, but he scored in his last game at Super Round, not last year, the year before that. He's also leading the competition in tackle breaks with almost double the amount of the player in second as well. So you're breaking that many tackles, you're going to find the line at some point.
Yeah. He's always explosive around the ruck too, right? You will see this guy get in the ruck and you know there's a great chance that there's a turnover coming. Alo Malo, did he play rugby league?
Sorry, say that again.
Did Alo Malo play rugby league? He did, right?
Yeah, he started off in Union. He went to the Tigers,
Yeah.
not last year, but the year
That's right.
before, I believe.
Yeah,
And then moved back to Union.
Yeah. Just saw that name in there. And the player I don't mind backing was also for Moana is Miracle Whailangi. I've won a bit of him in the past. He's definitely a workhorse. I thought at the start of the season he would be a bolter for the Abbeys jersey, but he kind of hasn't lifted up to that form he showed late last year where he was electric. So
yeah, I agree.
Bit disappointing, but I think he is a great talented player. Sweet. Last game of the round, best team of the comp, the Chiefs, the Mana up against the Drua. There's a few players out I saw. Who was it? There's a couple of players I didn't know. Cole Brown, Isaac Hutchinson. So some new names in that Chiefs backline, which should be interesting to see. But up against the Drua, who I never ever feel confident playing the Drua, just because you watch Fijians play 7, they can pull anything out of their ass. So I'm not confident, but I do hope the Chiefs get up because we do need to try put a little buffer on that top spot. Try get our top spot so we can get in out of home final in the mixed. You think the Chiefs take it up?
I agree with you. I like where the Chiefs are trending at the moment. I think it's just a next man up mentality for them. Drew actually got their first win away from home last weekend against the Brumbies since 2023.
Shit.
They won their most recent meeting against the Chiefs, but I think they'll just roll through them in this one as well. I agree with you. It's going to be a battle up front for them, but I do like the Chiefs ending it here on a high. As for a try scorer, I've got Quinn Tupaia in this one. He's scored 6 tries already this season, and he's the best player in the comp at the moment. I think he's
100%.
He's going to be an inform leader for us in that black jersey at the end of the year. So I'm locking him in this one.
Yeah, for sure. And Lalakai Faketi off the bench again. He made me a bit of money when he had a run starting a couple of weeks back, or maybe a month ago. So it's good to see his name back in the mix because he's a talented player, and he was one I was really excited at the start of the season when we signed him. I'll also be backing Cortez. I love backing Cortez. I think he's a real mana player, and on a game when everyone's going to be watching all the games. So Cortez is one that likes to show off, and I guess Leroy Carter too, right? He loves a bit of a celebration, doesn't he? He's a bit of a show pony.
Yeah, he does. He shows that emotion.
Yeah, for sure. Sweet. We jump into NRL, but before we do, I wanted to do a grid with you, mate. Have you done the NRL grids before?
No, I haven't.
Oof,
I've heard
here
about
we
it,
go.
but I haven't done it.
Here we go. We're going to do one. I will share my screen. Now, we're not going for top score because we'll be here all day. But I see Manly's in here, so this is great. I'm a Manly fan. So you get the idea of it. So we got to name a player that fits within Manly and 3 career hat tricks. Then you got Manly, score to try in Origin, stuff like that. So the goal is to try and get the rarest player, I guess, the least tipped player.
First that comes to mind is obviously Turbo.
Yeah. Which I come in there. Turbo. We're just going to pass, mate. We're not going to. Oh, you got to write his action name here.
Yeah.
There we go. He was the most common pick. 3 career hat tricks and played in 2010.
Unreal.
I'm going to put my player in there. Michael Jennings. Surely he has 3 career hat tricks. There we go. Legend of a man. He's apparently, I hit him up a while back if I could have a jersey, and he came back to me saying, there's one with my name on it, so I'm excited.
Yeah.
Cowboy, 3 career hat tricks.
Kyle Felt's obviously the first one that comes to mind, but maybe Matty Bowen if you want to get a bit of points.
Yeah, true. Oof. He hasn't had one. I think we can take it out. There we go. We'll play it with Felt. There we go. Manly and scored a try in Origin. David Williams, did he score a try in Origin?
Go for it, yeah.
Surely, the Wolfman. Oof, uniform. That means no one's picked it in the world. Scored a try in Origin and played in 2010. Aaron Woods, he didn't score, right? His celebration's famous for someone else's try.
Yeah.
I believe. Yeah.
2010. Was that Kane?
Yeah, surely.
Nah, that might be too early.
Nah, surely. Yeah. Okay. Shit. That's a good score too. For Jarrett Hayne. Cowboy and scored a try in Origin. Has Thurston ever scored in Origin? Surely.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Here's where it gets hard.
Yeah.
The next, Manly and Titan.
Manly and Titan. I don't know why that feels so tough. Oh,
yeah.
For him.
Oh, yeah. Can't forget Coach. Shit. Played in 2010 and played at the Titans. James Roberts, did he play in 2010? Sure.
You could go Scott Prince, Matt Rogers.
Oof. Was Matt Rogers 2010? Surely.
I'm not sure if he'd come back.
I think Prince is sofa. There we go.
Yeah.
Cowboys, Titans. Shit. That seems hard.
Yeah, that does. 2 Queensland teams.
Herbert never played for.
You need the group chat in here. Ask the chat.
Oof, this one's got me rattled.
Cowboy time. I don't know. I'm going to hookers, but
yeah. Oh, nah. Farron didn't play for Cowboys though.
No, he didn't.
Who entered? Nathan Peaks. Did he play for Cowboys?
Try it.
If we get it right, if we get it wrong, it's all good. No, he didn't.
Yeah.
Listeners, if you got something, commented on the thing because I can't think of any off the top of my head. Don't
try
Google us.
Gavin Cooper.
Oh, we can't. Otherwise, we have to do the whole
locked
thing.
In.
But what I will do is I will check that he fits. I can't even undo it. That's done. But there we go. Gavin Cooper could be the answer though. Sweet. There we go. First
that's a
grid.
tough one.
It was a tough one. We'll look to keep the grid going because they're good fun.
Yeah.
Sweet. I will share my screen again and we would jump straight into NRL. There's an app I like to use now for my stats. I don't know if you've used Tryline before.
I have seen it. I've been quite tempted to go and try it out.
It's great. So we'll run for each game. So we got Tigers Raiders. So what it does is it gives you a little bit of a preview analysis, gives you the head-to-head stats, last 5. But the key is this tools tab where you can look at the attacks, you can look at tries by position for last 10 head-to-head round. So yeah, great little app, but we won't use it to pull up lineups.
This will be interesting. This will be interesting to see how we compare stats in this one.
Kirsty, this is a game I think is hard to tip with confidence. I see that he hasn't been updated here, but Sasagi's out with a bit of a late mail, which it kind of changes my thoughts a little. I think that Tamoko will go into right centre, Chris will go into left centre, and Tamale on the left wing. That seems the most logical. If Tamale doesn't want to play Cup again.
Reserve guard, yeah.
Yeah. But I'm tipping the Tigers. I think they've got a few names back. They've got Stafford Tor back. They've got Lauili on the wing. I think he's a great player. Good little future. They were a bit crap and disappointing last week against a injured Broncos team. So that is risky, but I do think the Tigers at home can get this done. And anytime-wise, Jed Stewart, the Raiders have leaked 6 tries to right wingers. Not Raiders, sorry, the Tigers have leaked 6 tries to right wingers this season. And I think Sticky Stun, Stewart up against an experienced combo. I think this is the first game of the May Lauili. It's definitely this season. So yeah, I'm going Stewart. How about you?
Yeah, I like it. I'm going to go against you in this one. So although the Tigers won their most recent Thursday night match, before that they'd lost 8 straight. They have won 6 of their last 7 games at Leichhardt Oval, but the Raiders haven't lost there since 2010. They've won 10 of their last 11 games against the Tigers as well. So I'm going to back the Raiders here. And I loved your Jed Stewart stat. I agree with you. 6 tries this season to right wingers. The Tigers have let in. No Makasini for them as well, so there's another change out on that side. So that's where I'll be going in this one at $2.08. For a bit more value as well, you could bring in Ethan Strange. He's on a 3-game hot streak at the moment, so I do like him there too.
Yeah. I do think the Sasagi injury, I know it's not a good thing, but looking at their bench they had named, they had Laurie, Stewart, Tamale. That's sung to me that they had no forward depth. So at least with this ruling out, they can actually bring another forward in there because, that is pretty light in terms of the forward pack. You're going to see the likes of Horsburgh, Martin, Tapani playing big minutes. So, yeah, will be an interesting game. Curse day, anything can happen. We'll jump into the next. Cowboys, Sharks, who are you liking here?
In this one, I love the Sharks. They love playing the Cowboys here. They've won 5 of the last 6 games at the venue. Head-to-head, they've won 6 of their last 7 games against the Cowboys. And they also love a Friday night. They've won 13 of their last 16 Friday night games. So that's who I'll be tipping in this one. And as for a try scorer, I've got Sammy Stone Street. Each of the Sharks' last 3 games here, the starting left winger has scored, and he's at $1.75.
Nice. Just checking how much Cowboys concede to their wingers. Look at that. They've got a bit of a hole there. So both wingers have scored 6 tries this season against them. Well, sorry, they've led in 6 tries this season to a winger. So yeah, that is a good shout. Yeah, I found this game also real hard to tip. There's another theory similar to Thursday where I think the bye doesn't do good things for teams. I feel like that NRL is such a momentum game, and having that week off, it does seem to, although, time to recover, momentum is key in this world for NRL. So I think the bye is a bit of a disadvantage. Cowboys get back Nanai, which is timely. I think he fills a good hole there. Adds a lot to that attack on that left side. And on that left side, I'm backing Purdue. I think he's going to do Talakai for speed all day, every day. So if he gets the opportunity, a little sniff of a gap, I think he's in with a great chance. Savalas,
he's going to have to, or he's going to cop a lick from him.
Oh, for sure. He is going to cop a lick, I guarantee it. But I do think that Purdue is a good shot. And the other one he's becoming one of my favourite players, Tom Chester. That kid he's he has a lot of talent, man. He runs with mana. He dropped the ball fucking 10 times last week. And I tipped him for 200 meters. He probably had that many knock-ons, but he had 180 meters doing bugger all work. So the man's a workhorse. Get on that 200-meter tip when it comes out because I think it will be worth it. But he will have a big night on his hands trying to contain Edel because Edel is a class centre. But yeah, I'll go the Cowboys. I think they're favourites, eh? Are they? Well, it's close.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I will pick the Cowboys in a real close game. Sweet. What have we got next? Broncos, Dogs. Another hard one. I feel like it doesn't get easy till the weekend.
Nah, it doesn't, does it?
This game, yeah. I mean, if the Dogs didn't lose last week to the Eels, if they did what I thought they would do, I'd be real keen on them against a Broncos pack without the likes of Haas and Carrigan. But yeah, I'm unsure. I do think the Dogs get up, but it's going to be a tough game. Betting wise, I don't mind Shibasaki at $3.20. I think that's great money. Sherry gets moved back to his. Well, it will be interesting to see where he lines up because he did have a little bit of a moan about playing right centre. So if he goes back there, it'd be great to see him getting snotted by Shibasaki. But yeah, what do you reckon?
The Bulldogs, they had a Friday night match. They've lost
Oof.
their last 5 Friday games. They've got a terrible record at Suncorp. They've got a 30% overall record at the venue. They've lost 18 of their last 22 games here, and they've only recorded 2 wins against the Broncos here since 2009. I'm going to tip the Broncos. I'm not impressed with the Dogs at the moment. I know that statement game against the Panthers, but the attack has just looked super clunky. The defense hasn't been what it was last season. There's a lot of just confusion. I mean, obviously you got Cherry out there instead of Curran in the centres, which is nice to see. They're finally running a full pack, but yeah, it's concerning signs for the Dogs out there. And for me, Preston, I'm going to jump on him here in this one. He's up against Ezra Mam here. He scored 3 tries in his last 6 games this year, and the Broncos left edge have conceded 11 tries down that side. So I've got him locked in at 212. I think it'll be a bit of a statement game for him in this one as well, with that Blues jumper up for grabs.
Yeah, he has a good shot for it, right? Which is annoying because I've picked him up in fantasy maybe 2 weeks ago without thinking that he had a good origin shot, especially with Martin. I think he's out for a little while. So, yeah, this is time for Preston to really put his name up for that blue jersey because he does give me Boyd Cordner vibes where once he's in that team, I think it's going to be hard to take him out. So, yeah, I do like that Preston tip
hard
there. And the boy Willison, he had a massive game last week at lock. Could line up and absolutely kill it there again. So, yeah, it's going to be a good game to watch for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Sweet. Easy game. Nah. Look, I'm confident. I do think that we put up an 80-minute performance. We haven't done an 80-minute performance all year yet. The Roosters. You saw it last week where we were down. The last 2 games, actually, we've been down at the half, and second half, we just come out on fire. Everything's clicking. It just needs to go for the whole 80, and they will put a good score on a shit team. So I'm hoping it's this week. I'm hoping the Anzac Pride gets up. Roosters always do seem to go all right Anzac Day. Well, back in the day we did recently. The Dragons have been a bit of a bogan team. I know that Sloan has killed us a couple of times. So it is going to be a tough game. And a player for me to back anytime, I reckon Daniel Tupou is a good shout. I reckon that left wing. I mean, we saw last week Latrell scored 4 in that Savala spot, and AJ got 1. I do think their Roosters like to play to their wingers a bit more than centres, so I do think Tupou will be a good shot against Setu, who will not match him in the air. What about you?
Yeah. Yeah, I like the Roosters in this one, man. They've won 6 of the last 7 Anzac Day games against the Dragons. In the past couple of years, 46 points last year, 60 points the year before that. Obviously, Manly bounced back after their coaching change, but I don't think this happens for the Dragons. That squad just looked completely checked out last weekend. They looked down bad. You got Sewer, who's just trying to suspend himself until he can leave to the Eels next year. So, yeah, look, I really like the Roosters in this one. I think it'll be a bit of a statement for them. For me, I'm actually going to go to the centres, and I'm going to go to Rob Toya. I think he's in for a little bit of a statement game as well. He scored in their most recent matchup. The Dragons left edge have conceded 13 tries this season, 9 tries in their last 5 games as well. So I think it's going to come all across the park, and I like him close to the line, just using that strength to get over.
For sure. I mean, Lenny will love that one. He loves to bet against Moses Sully, which I don't blame him because, he's not a great lateral mover. So Rob Toyer, who is also, he's got to prove his origin worth again. I know he made his win there, which was a shock to a lot of people last year, but he killed it. So he's hoping he keeps killing it because he is a great player to watch. What we got next? Waz Finns in
Yes.
Wellington, which is interesting because Wellington's been battered by rain this last week. It is meant to be sunny for the next few days there, so I'm hoping that there is no weather effect because nothing ruins a game more than the rain. So let's hoping it is dry. Who do you like here?
Which is another positive for Super Round. We've got the roof over in Christchurch as well, so you'll stay nice and dry. I like it. The Warriors, they've won their last 3 games in Wellington, and when refereed by Liam Kennedy, they've only lost once. They've won 5 straight games with him as the match official. So I like the Warriors in this. As for a try scorer, the Warriors left edge in this one is one of the best sides on the competition. While the Dolphins, right side is one of the worst. You could look at Tuivasa-Sheck up against Avarillo in this one, but I'm going to back AKP on that hot streak, and I'm going to take him for a double in this at 390.
Yep. Nice. Yeah, I do agree. I do think AKP he's proving that jersey's his, and I think this combo with Roger is actually looking real strong, defensively and on attack, which is a big thing for the Waz. So, yeah, it's going to be an exciting game. Look, these two teams, they score points for fun. These probably are our two. If there's a team that's going to put the scoreboard up, the Dolphins is usually in the mix, and the Wires have been scoring points for fun lately. So it's going to be a great game. Anytime wise, I think the hammer is great value at $2.15. I think it was. It's in $2, which I was shocked with. Warriors have leaked the most fullback tries in the comp. The hammer up against Tuapiki, I can see them just kicking the little kicks they do to him. And I can see him getting all over Tuapiki. I think he's going to have a huge game, the hammer. If the Dolphins ever find form, usually it is behind him. So I think he has a big say in it. And also,
I like that pick, man. The Dolphins do that a lot with hammer. They'll put it up on the smaller fullbacks. He'll come through and really attack it. I like that.
Yeah, I can see that happening. And I also don't mind Herbie Farnworth up against Leotawa. I think that'd be a great matchup. Leotawa's a great attacker. His defense has always been a bit questionable. So Herbie will be the one to expose him, coming off a 109-point fantasy game. So he's in for another big one, I reckon.
Yeah.
It's going to be a great game to watch. I think there will be a lot of points. So right now, it's paying $7 for this game to have the most points for the whole round.
I think
the Wellington wind is going to play a bit into it. I think that Tanner Boyd can't kick on a good day, so you might need a bit of wind behind him, but that could play into the points. But yeah, I do think that these two teams will score points. Sweet. Storm Bunnies. This one feels weird, man.
Yeah, it does.
I've backed the Storm every game of the season. I've said they're going to win, and they haven't won for the last, was it 5?
Yeah, I've been the exact same. I've been thinking statement game, it's going to come.
Yeah. Jello raised a real good point, maybe last week or the week before on the podcast, and he said that Logo at fullback is just not the same. He's not a great defensive organizer. You've seen
I
the
listened
Storm
to that show, and I thought he explained that really, really well.
For sure. You see the Storm, they're still scoring Storm points. They're still scoring high points every game. But the difference is they're letting in soft tries, which the Storm have never done in the past. Usually they've been they'll score 20-something points and let in a good 10 or 15, 16. But yeah, there's something missing there, and that could be what it is. Just that organization around the back, which you see the likes of Chance and all them do real well. So it's going to be a great game to watch. Dufty, 300 meters last week. Something crazy, right?
Ridiculous. Up against the old team.
Yeah, for sure. This is going to be a good game. If I'm backing any time, I'm going Latrell. He scored 8 tries in his last 4 games. That Howarth-Warbrick combo, it doesn't, I've never trusted Warbrick in defense. I think that the Bunnies, who are a real strong left edge attack, will go there, even though that the right side for opposing teams against the Storm has had a field day this season. I think they will go left. What are you liking?
So for me, you thought the Warriors' record at Amy Park was cooked against the Storm. Well, the Rabbitohs, they've never won here. They've lost 13 straight games. The Storm love an Anzac clash. They've won their last 8 Anzac games. Their last loss as well. Oh, sorry, the Storm, the last time they lost 6 straight games in a row was 2002. I've been backing them to bounce back every week. I don't think they'll lose again this week. It'll be a bit of it won't be a statement game, but it'll be a bit of a Storm clinical performance, I think, especially from the spine stepping up in this one. So I am going to back them in this. Alex Johnson, he's scored 17 tries in 15 games against the Storm. It's not something you really come across. I do like that. But for me, I'm going to go with Wishart. The Storm have been all over the show. You talk about far longer and the X Factor he brings. I think some X Factor needs to come somewhere else, and I think he'll be someone that steps up off the bench for them. He's scored against the Rabbitohs in his last 2 games against them, and you can get him for $5.
Shit, $5. That is great money. Even if you, I don't know if you can over there, but you wait till he comes on live punts, and usually his odds go up another $2 to $3. So if you're not tree happy, maybe wait a little while, and you can probably get Wishart at a good $7 or $8.
Yeah, you can't live bet over here. You got to call in for it, so which is a shame. Yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah, so you can live bet, but you just got to call in and place it.
Well, over here they've just introduced live same game multis, and I've seen people been killing it on them, especially in like the NBA and stuff
crazy.
at the half. Yeah. Brandon Smith at second rower too. That's a interesting decision there. I don't think has he ever played second rower?
Not that I'm aware of, no. He might have come off the bench and just filled in a spot there. But it will be interesting to see how he goes on defense with the lateral movements.
Yeah, for sure. But I tell you what, it does add a lot more to that left edge attack. Having him playing the short balls, they could put a field day on the Storm on that side. And the Rabbitohs have always been that real strong left edge attack team. So
yeah, absolutely.
Seen an AJ's record. Sweet. The Knights Panthers. Is this going to be is this the Bulldogs Eels of last week, or is this going to be a Panthers win?
Yeah, I think it's just going to be a Panthers win. That was a tough game that they got through last weekend against Dolphins. They looked like they were going to put a clinic on before the Finns came back, but I just blame that on that heat up there, man. The Panthers have won their last 8 straight games at McDonald Jones Stadium. Their last loss here was 2015. And against the Knights, they've won 8 of their last 9. So that's who I'll be tipping in this one. And for me, it's Casey McLean. He scored 3 tries in his last 3 games against the Knights. The Knights' right side has only leaked 9 tries so far this season, but I reckon McLean might look to continue with that origin push for him.
Yep.
Obviously, Tommy Turbo goes down. There's rumours floating around that Critter could play on the wing potentially. If he is going to have that spot make way for him, or potentially join in on that camp, he needs to keep coming up with these big performances. So I'm going to lean towards him in this one.
Yep, I agree with you there. Yeah, I do think the Panthers will be too good for the Knights here. The Knights leaked a lot of points late last week, which was disappointing because their first half they were actually real on. They looked real sharp. Just sharp at the back, but
yeah, I know.
Yeah. I do think the Panthers get up in an easy game. Anytime wise, I'm backing Brian Tor. The Knights have leaked 5 right wing tries this season, and 5 in their last 5. Now, luckily to us, they could have had at least 4 last week if he didn't. He butchered a couple. I think the Panthers will attack there. Cleary will notice that weak zone, and I think he will go down that side, which has been surprisingly quiet this season. Brian Tor is now 300k in fantasy, which I saw and I was like, what the heck? Yeah, he's just not in that form that he once was. And
it's all left, man. All left.
It is all to Mookie. If you don't mind Blaze Talagi, 4 5-8 tries have been leaked by the Knights this season, and Blaze loves to have a little dab at the line, so could be a little bit of a value play there. But yeah, Jenkins double, you reckon it's on the cards again?
Surely, man. He's looking to crunch 50.
Oh yeah, that is crazy. He's already in for a massive try scoring season this early up, and if he doesn't play Origin, shit,
I know.
Watch out. Although I do think he might play Origin because he's doing more than just finishing. He is doing everything right now, Jenkins. Last game of the round, Foz's record on the line up against the team that upset many, the Eels, last week. You confident?
Quietly, yes. I think if this was at CommBank, it might be a different story, but Manly have won 6 of the last 7 against the Eels at 4 Pines Park. Mitchell Moses, he's never won at Brookie. The Eels have lost 7 of their last 9 games, with Peter Goff as the official in this one as well. So yeah, I do think the Fozball era goes from 3-0 to 4-0.
Yeah. Great to see. Foz is doing a great job there, and he's definitely got the player group behind him. It's only a matter of time before he gets the full-time gig, right? Surely.
Yeah.
I mean, it depends if he wants it, but he's killing it out there. Yeah, I agree. I think Manly do get up. Kohler at fullback, I love watching it. Whenever he gets the ball in his hands, that man he can do anything. He could part the seas. He is that good.
Yeah.
I hope he has a massive game up against Papali, who I don't rate at fullback. I think he's real error prone, and he could be one that they look to target. I'm waiting for Saab to have a good scoring game. I don't know if it comes here up against the Fox. I do think they might play that left-hand side, which they're loving to play lately through Lehigh Hopapati. So yeah, it's going to be a good game to watch. I do think Manly get up, and Kohler would be my anytime if I'm back in summer.
Yeah, I like that. That's where I've gone as well. He's a freak at home this year. The Eels have conceded 5 tries to fullbacks already, and the fullback position is Manly's highest try scoring rate in this as well.
Yeah. Sad to see Turbo go down because he was having a great season.
Yeah, I know, and he was someone that was for the Blues this year could have been a real game breaker for them as well.
Yeah.
And especially the way that he went down as well. It wasn't something that was out in open play. It was obviously in close quarters. To do a hammy like that is a shame. So yeah, hopefully spends a bit of time getting it right, stretch it out a little bit, and then when he comes back, I'd like to see him at centre. I think Kohler has the goods at fullback, especially if he can prove himself over the next couple of weeks. And then let's just see Tommy play similar to Latrell in that left centre role.
For sure. Didn't he do that late last season? Did they roll with that a bit? Yeah.
Yeah, they did. When he came back initially, he started off in the centre position before moving back there again.
Yeah.
I was a little bit sceptical as well when they named him at captain to start the year. I like the call, but I thought it was a little bit, iffy. Yeah, you want to see some consistency first before giving him the big C.
For sure. He's a player that's always, his injury's always been, or his career has always been, tainted by injuries. He has a lot of potential, and he could have been one of the all-time greats, I feel, if he didn't have all these injuries. He's still killing it now with the history he's had. It is a shame to see because, it affects the Blues and things like that. Like his name could have changed so many things for Manly, the Blues, and all that. So it is sad. How long is he up for?
2 months, I believe. So they're taking a bit of time with it, which is good.
Yeah, for sure. Get him back for finals. Where Manly sitting on the table 6th. So they're in the picture.
Top 8, baby. Fozball.
I think someone was saying that the Warriors are the only team in the top 8 this season that weren't in the top 8 last year.
Yeah, looking at that.
Oh, maybe the Sharks?
Roosters.
Oh, at this time last year, sorry. So the Roosters had a bad start last year.
Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah.
Crazy because, you've got the likes of the Storm down here. You got the Cowboys, Bulldogs, Broncos.
I know.
It's as I say, such an open comp, which is why we love it so much.
Yeah, I will just say as well with the Storm, like you saw it from the Panthers last year, where they started off the season terribly, and look at them, they nearly made the grand final at the end of it. So don't write off early form. Once they do hit their strides, these teams have the runs on the board.
Definitely. If I had a huge bankroll, would be still chucking it on the Storm to make top 8 after every loss, because they're a team that never doesn't make the 8. They will have a run. We know that they're going to win a game soon, and when they do, it's probably going to string a few together. So we're just waiting for it. But don't back the Dragons. The Dragons aren't making the 8. Sweet. Do you have a best and value bet of the week for any sport, rugby or league?
Yeah.
Anything? What you got?
My best bet for the week would be RTS and AKP combine for 2+ at 240. I really like that left edge for them. I liked RTS up against Avarillo in that one. 2 could come from AKP. We could see RTS just sneak in. So that's where I'd go for my
Beautiful.
best bet. And as for my value bet, I've got Wishart, 2 tries against the Rabbitohs, and I think he will provide that X factor for them off the bench.
Beautiful. That's a good find. Yeah, I do agree that those little combo plays 2+, they pay good money, especially if you've got a winger that can score 2+ on their own. I've been seeing someone that's he's backed every week that there've been options, McLean and Jenkins, and he's won every week. I think, he has won every week. So, I mean, Jenkins has got it on his own every week, and that's
You
paying
almost
like
want to
$1.
do 3+.
Yeah, it's paying $1.80 just for 2+, which is,
Alright.
crazy money for those two.
Yeah.
For me, best bet, speaking of Jenkins, I'm going To'o and Jenkins both to score at $2.41 against the Knights. I think they will leak a lot of winger tries. And value-wise, I've got a little bit of a four players that I've circled that I think will have a good weekend. Murray Talangi starts off there up against Hiroti. Daniel Tupou, as I said, I think he will get up over the Dragons. The Hammer up against the Wars, and into Brian Tor to end it all. And that's paying $9. So get amongst that.
Nice.
Yeah, some good players. I think Murray Talangi is probably the only real worry for me. I think the rest are near locks. I don't want to say locks, but they're near locks.
Yeah, when the Cowboys get it together, though, those points fly out there.
For sure. Yeah. And then, up against that inexperienced edge of Talakai and Haruti, they could be the bit of a target zone that they look to play out there.
For sure.
Sweet. Well, thanks for jumping on, bro. It's been a good episode. We've covered all the main codes in New Zealand. We haven't covered the horse racing, but it's been good to cover the rugby, and I'm excited for Super Rugby. I'm going to be watching it this weekend. I'm going to actually, skip some league and watch some rugby. So
I like it. I'm gutted I'm not down there. I was contemplating flying back for it. Next year I'll definitely be amongst it. I think it'll be a cool setup having it down there in Christchurch undercover. And hopefully the content creators and the rugby scene get down there, get behind it, which I know there's quite a few Aussie boys that are heading over there for it.
Awesome.
Get the vintage jerseys flowing, get that Sevens vibe going a little bit as well. And hopefully we see some high scoring games, because that's what we've seen at the start of the year as well, which is good to see.
Yeah. Nah. If you had a rugby best bet, what would it be? Putting you on the
Yeah. I'd like to play probably that Hurricanes game, man. I'd like to load up on a few of the Hurricanes to score. Fehi, I like him. Roy Guard, I think, is a little bit of value. And even Ruben Love, man. I think there'll be a few tries in that one, so that's where I'd lean to.
Sweet. Well, thanks for jumping on, bro. It's been good to have you on. Second time, we might get you on for a third.
Oh, good. Cheers for having me, man.
Sweet, bro. All good. All right. Thanks for listening, everyone. Oh.
Sweet, bro.
Sure, bro. Oh,
that's
man.
Right.
Fucking tired.
Yeah, I bet. Are you on a roster or?
Nah, so we're volleys. So just, if the siren goes, we go. But I wasn't planning on it, but it was like, what time was it? House fires are rare. If you get a house fire, all the boys fucking fizz. that's like scoring a hat trick. It was at 5:40, and I was like, oh shit. But lucky it wasn't too bad. It was just the person left their dehumidifier on, and their whole house was black, like fucked. But it wasn't like flames or anything like that, so it wasn't too bad. Otherwise, we would have been there for hours. So I'm glad that wasn't the case. But I'm cool. happy you got a workout in between.
Cheers for that. Good on you as well. That's cool. I like to hear that volunteer stuff. It's important.
Sure, bro. It's good fun. Plus, we all just talk NRL betting when we're not fucking fighting fires anymore.
Yeah, I know, right? It's the same with us at work as well. Every morning, man, it's just what multis, NBA playoffs at the moment. What are you getting on?
Bro, I'm a Rockets fan, and I'm just...
I know, spewing.
Sengun is killing so much, man. Just, he's just,
Yeah, I know. Something's going to change with them, eh? I thought they'd be a lot better than what they are this year. But I do like it for the Lakers. I think if they can get deep into it and they get Luka back, it'll be good for the league. And it'd be pretty crazy, man. Imagine if LeBron
for sure.
carries them to another one.
You mean Luca's already back? Luca Kennard.
Yeah, I know.
He's
I know.
going
He's
off.
balling, man.
Yeah, they can't contain him, man. It's mental. Yeah, it's great. NBA's been pretty on lately. Today was all upsets apart from that game, though. Or Wemby went down. I don't know if you saw that.
Yeah, I did. That looked like a nasty head knock. Which is, I thought that was going to be a sweep. I thought the Blazers would hang in for like a few games and make it interesting, but I reckon that Magic might pull off the upset in that one.
I hope not, because I love Cade Cunningham. I think he's a great player.
Me too, and I'd like to see the Pistons go deep in it, but the Magic are a good team.
Yeah, for sure. I don't think Pistons have that roster to go deep. I think they're real reliant on Duran and Cade. Yeah. If one of them isn't going off, they're pretty shit.
Yeah.
All right. Stop out.
Sweet, man. That's all right. Enjoy the weekend of sport, man. And talk soon.
You too. Yeah, for sure. Check out some stats and I'll share them up.
Yeah. Sounds good.
Sweet.
Man.
All right.
See you, bro.
Ciao.
Very elegant, 10 through buns, and now the greatest of them all, the Melbourne Cup. Goes to Cleary, they declare. Wow! Cleary's made it all himself. Love and Willie, yes he will.